Oh
And
yeah, the insurance, that's what they would want.
that is
as
now
well.
when the municipality dances again now. I said,
They can't do
you
nothing.
didn't follow the
That's when they
process.
come and demolish in some places, and
Yes.
then it becomes
So there's a lot of
sad.
those videos where you see
Eish.
properties being demolished
It's
and
because of the
people are
civil.
crying, why? It's like they don't have a house plan.
And then they
They
get
don't know.
surprised, Tina,
Yeah.
when we take time, like Sia was saying.
Yeah.
Can't do it's not because we want to, but we're
It's
following the processes.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of people get it wrong.
Hmm.
As you say, like your Soweto, your Lenasias, your northern suburbs as well now. I will say this, nah, even in your suburbs, people are doing shady work. They do not want to get engineers on board. They do not want to get the proper professionals.
No
Better
one,
go shortcut
no one,
to basically-
no one
Yeah.
knows an engineer's work. If I've seen it, no, like a person as long as I get a plan,
Approved and
I'm
build.
done.
Yeah, story of my life.
Once again, Siyabonga and Makhamba from EN Property Development. So this is your property talk show where we talk anything but everything but property. As always, in Petha Usisi Pamwami, Usisi Mapeseka, and today we have our guest, Mr. Avery from Civils. Because we just want to understand as the community and the watchers and the public, Guti, what led you to be a civil engineer? I mean, you could have become a doctor, a policeman, a DJ, because in nowadays those are the careers that we normally do.
Yeah. All
I'll
right.
leave it
Hi
to you.
everyone. Name's AV, but full name Agcobile Mswane. To go to your question, it was influenced by my grandfather, right? So we were having a talk. I think I was in grade 9, still deciding what subjects to take at school and all of that stuff. So back in grade 9, I used to watch your shows, your architectural shows, your civil shows, your anything to do with construction shows. I used to watch back in grade 9. So I had a chat with him. I'm like, "Ish, I'm still not sure what I want to do," because I wanted to be a chef at one point, wanted to be a mechanic at one point, wanted to do different stuff. So he then said, like, look, 90% of the shows you're watching have something to do with construction, engineering. Why don't you look into that field? So I was like, okay, cool. Let me take those subjects that are going to lead me into that field, which is where I am right now. Yeah.
No, that is great, Xavier. Welcome. So you said your full name. Is that closer?
Yeah,
Or
it's a full closer name, yes.
is it?
From the Eastern Cape.
From
yes.
Eastern Cape.
Yes.
How savelelwa today. No, but it's a good thing. It shows that actually people from Eastern Cape, Nkara, you guys are also more focused.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yes.
So like maybe tell us about yourself. Where did you grow up and what did you study? Like you just told us now, Guti, from grade 9.
Yeah.
What was the journey from there on?
All right, so it's a bit of a long journey actually. So born in the Eastern Cape, grew up there for about 4 or 5 years, then moved to my grandparents in Joburg till about grade 2, then moved to KZN after that, where I finished all of my schooling up until matric in Port Shepstone. So I was at Port Shepstone High School, then varsity times I was at the Academy of Advanced Technology, where we studied engineering design and civil engineering. That was back in 2012.
Nice one.
Yeah, so it's a while back where I did that, yeah.
I know, that is great. So how was your varsity journey? Like, where is the varsity that you just mentioned?
It's still in Northcliffe, yeah. It's still
Here in
Northcliffe.
Joburg?
Yeah, it's in Joburg.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
studied that,
Like
yeah.
Sia was saying, Ronari, Ratiche, that's obviously.
So those are stuff,
But it's
yeah.
interesting. So how did you end up here, like where you are now?
Well, I'm here now. So I got a phone call the one day, or the specific.
No, like your journey from
My
after
journey.
graduating before you
Alright.
got here.
Cool. So studied, then did internship like everyone else, then You know how 9 to 5 is and all of that stuff. So I worked for a couple of companies over the years, but I felt more comfortable being an independent company and everything, having to deal with people myself instead of like, you know, you clock in
Yeah.
8 o'clock,
Basically
5 o'clock, you're
being your
going
own
home.
boss.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I don't want to be a part of that rat race. I just said, not let me rather do something by myself on my own terms, you know. So if I sleep that day, I don't make money that day. So I have to keep
Yeah.
You have to
on
keep on
getting up and
working,
pushing
yeah.
and yeah.
Now that is interesting. So tell
So
me,
yeah,
ne, for somebody who's sitting at home
yeah,
wanting to become a civil engineer,
yeah.
what route or how would you advise them what to
So
do?
so that starts off at school, right? So as I said, I was stuck in a position where in grade 9 I didn't know what to study
Yeah.
and I
But
didn't know what
sorry
yeah.
to cut you in AV. You know, I would say Soweto. Soweto, it looks like it doesn't have those opportunities as
Yeah.
Aboma, EGD.
Yeah, the schools, yeah.
Yeah, because I was doing it at school. Because now I'm also grade 9, I had to go on the engineering side. But when I'm like asking about Tobase Soweto specifically, no one knows nothing about EGD.
And
Yep.
stuff like that,
It's
yeah.
literally not on their subject
It's
line,
really there.
Curriculums, yeah.
Yeah.
and which is it is very wrong because now umuntu uba introduced kuyona once they are in varsity. I mean, there they teach you how to draw an egg in measurement. So now when you are in varsity, I feel good you have already missed out
On a
a
lot,
lot of
yeah.
basic things.
Yeah.
That's why mega few umuntu athi no engineering is just difficult because now yena sekayicala at a much more older age.
Yeah. So the thing with that is I've got a couple of friends actually from the South Coast where I grew up where at their school they didn't have your engineering, your civil tech and all of those kind of subjects. They had every other subject in their curriculum and whatever. So I basically sort of like introduced them into the field of saying, look, there's engineering, there's architecture like this and like this. So when they got out of high school, some of them had to take like bridging courses to get into your construction, your engineering faculties
to
and
get to
everything.
understand the
To
basics and
understand the
everything.
basics and to understand. But as you're saying that kids from your Soweto, your townships,
Townships, yeah.
they don't have that opportunity of
Why
having
though?
EGD.
Does anybody know gore why? Because I'm also one of the people that studied in the township. Ke goletse ko Soweto. And yeah, like we only did accounting, business economics, history,
Yeah.
physical science or whatever.
Yeah.
But the construction part of it was very rare or scarce. I don't know. Why? Do you guys know?
Yeah, I actually it's a thing of I've got a friend as well now. He's teaching EGD, and he
Okay.
told me that there are far and few between EGD teachers in the country. So the ones that are there get taken into your predominantly what do you call it, Model C schools and all of those kind of schools. They get taken there. Then kids in the township
Schools
don't
cannot afford
cannot
those
afford
teachers.
they
But-
they can afford the teachers, but now it's for the kids to get the
The equipment.
equipment.
Oh,
Now
Because I
comes
know
equipment,
those big bags.
Yeah.
Those equipment.
So
used
is
to-
it the affordability part of it?
Yeah.
So we grew up in disadvantaged
Yes,
backgrounds
yes,
and
yes,
all of
yes,
that.
yes, yes.
But
Okay.
same as Bond, they
property.
in property in the location they are building us houses that we don't want. That's one.
Yes.
Affordability also, though, I think.
Why are the township being sized or because now have they given that opportunity to the kids? I mean, Mina, where I'm coming from, it's not a very good background. I also grew up most of my schooling days. It was actually in Chasworth, in Welbedash. I'll say it was next to Mlazi, one of the most crimous rated place in KZN, not a very good background. But the parents had to make a plan. If I needed the campus, they had to make a plan.
Yeah.
So I feel ukuthi bayabanisha as such, but if they can give those kids a chance to get to understand, I mean, we all cannot be accountants, we all cannot be doctors, but we need to be engineers, town planners,
Exactly. Those are very rare.
architectures, you see.
So do you think, Uguti, maybe we need to start projects that could help abantu basekas, like you guys are saying, it's affordability.
Yes.
So obviously people cannot afford. There's still people that still cannot afford. I mean, some are earning the 350. Maybe it's about time we speak or we collaborate with government to they can do these subjects, maybe like at the weekend,
And
maybe
do
get
teaching for them.
for those that wants to go that route,
Yeah.
the civil engineering, architectural,
To start at an early
age, even on a weekend.
Because most people that basically go and study architecture, go and study or civil engineering, most fail and drop out just based on drawings. They've got the maths part on point, they've got everything else on point, but the drawings,
Measurements.
everything, they can't comprehend what a shape is. They didn't have that basic understanding of how to use your rulers, how to do this, how to do that. And especially these days, since we're using like your CAD software, right? Drawing boards and stuff aren't really used as much anymore, but some of the old architects, they prefer to still use a drawing board and get someone else just to do it on your
Is it because of technology, AI?
Technology has skyrocketed.
And that time we still don't know the basics, start using the old stuff.
Yeah, so that's why the schools first introduce you to your drawing boards, right? Right.
To get to know the sizes, how
and whatever, how to
Meaning we
measure.
still have a long way to
Then-
get.
Because as an issue, it's difficult because when you get there at grade 10, they teach you how to draw circles or like the egg shapes. And that has been done by calculations and compass. However, when you round, your round must
There's
have
measurements.
a lot of engineering on it. So if you miss those parts, it's like a kid. Uthi yena akazuya a crash grade R, grade 1, grade 3, and then I would at grade 5.
Not having the foundation and stuff. I think this is also an opportunity for us as a youth, Mzansi, especially you, AV, because it's your field, to come up with these, projects and stuff where, I mean, we all meet Kadi weekends instead of going to do other things that are not going to be meaningful at the later stage.
Rather just do
Rather we come together and you teach our kids those things. You know what? This can actually make you become a bigger person one day, especially in property, because in property, that's where the real thing is. Everybody needs shelter.
Look at, so Indian communities and Jews, they make sure their children gets familiar on business and engineering and architecture. Look at the same generation of kids that were born in Lanesia and Soweto.
Two different things.
Those that were born in Soweto have moved out in Soweto because Soweto is slowly developing. But those were born in Lanesia, they became engineers and architecture, and now they are redesigning their community. They are changing it. But Tina, we need to go out and look for jobs because now we do not know the meaning of development. Same as people always ask us, why are you guys not building? You cannot just build.
It's a process.
Yes, you do own the land, you do have money to build. You cannot just build. Like now, roughly, like here, before we build, and AMA rights, your rezoning has to be done, has to be on point. And then once that is done, an architecture must do you a house plan. And then once you've done the house plan, you must get an engineer, which is now, it's AV must come on board now, design you the foundation. as much as the house is raw, but there's a foundation that needs to be designed. And also, before AV can design, he needs to get a geotech report to know what type of a soil is here, and then as well
lot, yeah.
what is a suitable foundation that needs to be done. Akupheleli lapho. Once you are done with that, you need to go to the NHRBC.
But AV, on your case, like how difficult or how easy it was to be in that industry? Because I'm sure even with your industry, it's not akuqalanga like thina abantu abamnyama. So how was it for you, and how did you achieve your goals?
So luckily for me, the school I went to, right? So get educated, do whatever. It's a private institution.
Yeah,
so
you can hear.
So for us was the thing you study, then afterwards they do the job hunting for you, right?
Nice.
So
That's good.
they had
Where is that?
connections.
Can you please give us a plug? Because I mean,
It's in Northcliffe. It's Academy of Advanced Technology.
Really?
Yeah. So
Mabapale Pants, not Cliff, make sure.
it's in Northcliffe. Yeah.
but you're also selling them. So I think it's about time you go to them and they sponsor you, give you money, honestly, and resources.
Yeah, because if we can do our Saturday classes,
It would be nice.
just to introduce the engineering field
to kids, yeah.
So me, I think I was lucky because of the environment. I mean, my father has been into construction as a builder for quite the longest years. They build up Moses Mabhida, a lot of buildings that are currently in Durban. But he was working as a builder, not as the owner of the construction company.
Yeah.
And from grade 5, I was going at work
To site,
over everything to site. But
He was,
I wanted to understand why can't we be those people who are planning? Because we are doing all the work down here, but they just come with a plan. Prince follow 1, 2, and 3, and 3, and 4, and 5.
But how was it for you then?
That's it. Yeah, as I was saying is, so then the school introduced us to these companies, these big engineering companies, and so just started working.
Nice.
Then from company to company, I'd lost a month at a company because I had a different vision for myself. Uti, I will not be told by a manager to do this and come in at this time and this time and this time. And I basically picked up on mistakes that they had. Then they would take the credit for it.
Yeah, sure.
Basically,
I can imagine,
they take credit
you did
for
all
it.
the work and then it's like
so-
the please call me guy.
Yes,
Or the
same
red
thing like
SIM
that.
card.
Yeah, so another mistake was when they'd leave the invoices on the table. Then
Sure.
And the one with
I'd
age,
see him like,
yeah.
hey,
And
what's
you're
going
only
on
getting
here?
paid
A
10%,
fraction
not
of-
even
10%,
5%.
Not even
0.0%.
10% of that. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You'd actually
yeah.
be shocked, because I've designed for a whole extension. Basically, there was like 1,000 and something houses, designing the roads, designing the sewers for that. Then, when your salary comes in, you're like, it's not making sense to me right now, this thing, yeah. So then I got into that thing. I took a year off work. Then I was like, I just sat down with myself. It's like, I need to do my own thing because I cannot be told what to do by someone else. I genuinely can't. So, yeah, it's been a good journey, ups and downs, so you can't make everyone happy as well at the end of the day, right? You'll have a couple of arguments with a few people, but as long as there's more happy people, then you're angry,
sad
then
ones,
you're doing
yeah.
something good, yeah.
No, that is great. So what do you do exactly, like as a civil engineer?
As a civil engineer, you design your roads, you design your civil works. Then there's the structural aspect of it with the foundations, the roof. If it's a double story, designing those kind of structures with the double stories and stuff like that. Yeah. So
Interesting, eh?
yeah. So our architects come give us plans. We have to do the structural. We have to do the bones of the building. It might look nice, but it needs to be structurally sound as well.
And this is after the approval of the plans from the municipalities.
Yes.
So you can't just take any plans that is not approved by the
Not
municipality.
approved plans,
It's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
take you back.
Yes. So that's where a lot of people get it wrong. As you say, like your Soweto, your Lenasias, your northern suburbs as well now. I will say this now, even in your suburbs, people are doing shady work. They do not want to get engineers on board. They do not want to get the proper professionals.
No
That's like
one,
a shortcut
no one,
basically.
no one knows an engineer's work. If I've seen it, no, like a person as long as I get the plan,
Approved and
I'm
they
done.
build.
Yeah, story of my life is.
But when working with banks,
Yeah.
especially like us, we
Yeah.
need to follow that process, unfortunately. We
Yeah,
cannot
because-
skip the civil engineering part.
Not really, unfortunately. It's fortunately
Yeah.
that they push you towards our direction
It's
to make sure that
great.
everything is sound. Because the other day I was doing a couple of inspections, right? Because the lady had called in and said, yo, for a fireplace, right? So fireplace seems simple, bricks up, do
A
whatever.
fireplace.
Fireplace fell because the guys didn't do
Sure.
things the proper way, how they were supposed to be done, right? Staircase as well, for example. Some people don't know that you can't just build a staircase that goes straight up. It has to have a landing. That landing creates the balance for the staircase.
Imagine.
Right. So people just build 17 treads going up. After a few years, so a staircase is like this, right? If you build it straight up without any balance, you're walking on it, then after some time it's gonna do this, it's gonna start bowing and it's gonna crack in the middle because it doesn't have support. A lot of people don't know that. They're like, I'm just building a staircase, it has to go up.
Sure.
There's structural steel that has to go into it, and there's
Imagine.
a lot of stuff.
I'm
yeah.
just worried or thinking now that you're mentioning it. Like Okasi, like we're saying, Guti,
Yeah.
there's a lot of back room,
back rooms.
backroom
backyard
structures,
rooms or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think most of them have followed all these plans or all these things that we are talking about. That's worrying, eh?
We get called in every other day as well, where people now want to sell their properties.
And the bank doesn't recognize it.
Yeah, they don't recognize it. Like, all right, you don't have a house plan.
Yeah.
You've got a house plan, but where's the engineer's design for the foundation? Where's a certificate for the foundation? Or it's a double story. Do you have a certificate for your slab? Do you have a certificate for your staircase? Do you have a certificate for your roof? Do you have glazing
see,
certificate? Do
People
you have
just
this? Do you have that?
build. They're just too quick to build.
No. So now it kind of becomes shady where you get called in to a complete structure and the owner doesn't have maybe photos of what the foundation, what the slab looked like before they cast the concrete.
Yes,
So now they say, all right, I want a
There was
certificate.
no lab test done. or
Nothing was done.
NHRBC,
Yeah, nothing was
nothing.
done. Yeah, so a lot of people are sitting with that problem right now where they don't have any certification for their properties, but they want to now sell the properties or they want to insure their properties, but they don't have those
Oh,
certificates.
yeah, the
that-
insurance, that's what they would want.
That is
as
now
well.
when the municipality dances now. I said,
Yeah.
They can't do nothing.
Didn't follow the process.
That's when they come and demolish in some
Yes.
places, and then it becomes
So there's a
sad.
lot of those videos where you see
Eish.
properties being demolished.
It's
and
because of the
people are
civil.
crying, why? It's like they don't have a house plan.
And then they
They
get
don't know.
surprised, Tina,
Yeah.
when we take time, like Sia was saying.
Yeah.
Can't we, it's not because we want to, but
It's
we're
the
following the
process,
processes.
yeah.
And these processes are going to help us at the
Yeah.
later stage.
Yes.
Like these properties now, they need to be insured.
Yes.
We've got all the certificates in
Yes.
place. And
All
we're
of that
all
in
sorted.
place, yes.
No.
So it's easier to have those things and maybe have taken longer period to get those things, right?
I love
than
that.
to not have those things and be stuck,
Exactly.
permanently stuck. Yeah. So
It's better to be
Yeah.
late
yeah.
than never.
Then never
Because
to,
when
yeah.
you don't have that, then they come and demolish, and then we
Yeah.
start crying. Really, government does not care.
Okay,
for
but you
Abantu
haven't
baye.
done the proper things. Yeah, it's like when you buy a property, you need lawyers to be involved. It's not
Yeah.
like just handshake with someone. It's like, let me
At
pay
the
you
back
this
of the
money.
boot.
Let me pay you this money for this land. This land might belong to government. This land might belong to, you don't know. It's got an owner, but the owner, you're not dealing with the owner. You're just buying the property.
Eish.
You see stuff like that. So that's where a lot of people go wrong. They're like, all right, this is cheap. Let me do it before it vanishes.
Mara, very cheap is expensive.
Let
Cheap
me
is
do
very
cheap.
expensive.
So with
yeah.
regards to your department, Avine, so
Yeah.
obviously you do want also all those things, Luena, before you could start your work, because
Yes.
then obviously you would have wasted your time. Basically, you can't do work. You can't start your civil engineering
Yes.
work without getting all these
the approved stuff,
architectural
and yes,
approvals
yes,
and things
yes,
like
yes,
that.
yes.
Okay, no, that is interesting.
Yeah.
How many years experience in your industry?
I was calculating about 10 now.
10.
Yeah.
Wow.
With 10 years, yeah.
That is interesting. So maybe what were your exciting projects before we invited you to Ekasi?
As I was saying, that township that I developed,
Yes.
that was one of the most exciting
Township, gas.
When you said how many units?
it was about 1,000 and something.
1,000.
So the company I used to work for, right? They had government tenders, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's where we're going also.
Yeah.
Shout out to us.
So, yes. So you'd build your RDPs, right? Then the RDPs, obviously, they need your services as well. They need your roads as well.
Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think that should have been
Do RDPs follow the processes?
100%.
Even the NHRPC?
No, it's
Everything.
It's
And the
government.
civil-
If it's a house, if it's a structure,
So they don't...
yeah, no shortcuts taken, nothing.
I
I will tell you
think,
right
yeah,
now, there's
you're
an
right.
RDP that's got stronger foundations in a double story right now.
So do they also get objections?
Yeah.
That's why some they take them at 20 years. I guess there's people that are complaining out there
Those 20 years is like your contractors running away
with money.
and stuff like that. Then people are blaming government for that. They're like, government's not doing anything, but government gave out that tender to someone, and that someone maybe has taken that money, then buying their best friend's cars.
Did
And
a
this
bad
was
job.
after
Yeah.
the
So-
approvals and
and
everything in place.
Sometimes there's no approvals at all. You know, they're just like, let's do this. They've got the designs and whatever. Because there's a contract for your design work to get these things approved.
Of course.
Contract for the civils and whatever. All the drawings and designs get done. Now it's the implementation of everything, where a lot of people aren't, what do you call this? They're not doing what they're supposed to do with the monies that were given. Yeah. So it then comes into place where proper budgeting and everything, that's where everything else comes into play.
And it's
Because
a
for a
lot.
project, for a project, you need an architect, you need your engineers, you need your geotechs, you need quantity
it's a lot.
surveyors. You need your quantity surveyors to give you your bill of quantities to make sure it's like, all right, cool. I'll need 10,000 bricks. Is it in the budget? Yes or no? Cool. Stuff like that. And a lot of people are skipping those steps. Then things just end up becoming expensive and you don't know how
Yeah.
they got that expensive. You
So
know?
would you say in your 10 years experience, you still need to learn from companies like, I don't know, the one that we're currently collaborating with?
yes.
Because obviously they've been in the industry for years.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are a big company in Cape Town.
Yeah.
I think Lirona, it's one of the things that made us to be confident in what we're doing because like when we mentioned that we work with that company, everyone's like, you guys know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So like, I just want to know in your journey, do you feel like you're also still learning or you feel like you're more confident you can do anything at your...
From year 1 till year 10, like where I am right now, I've gone back and seen the drawings that I've done previously to
Probably
the
you
ones
laugh.
that I've got now.
Yeah.
And there are many areas that I've picked up on, which means I am learning and I'm still learning and I'm still going to learn, you know.
great.
With the big companies like the ones that are currently here, you do learn from them. You know, you need people to approach you and say, look, I didn't like this, I didn't like this. Then you yourself can be like, all right, where can I improve on this? Where can I improve on that? Because at the end of the day, no one's perfect.
No,
Right.
but shout out to you.
Learning
Hey.
journey.
I must say to you, Jorge, thank you so much because I think when you got introduced to our developments, especially the one in Robinpark, there was obviously a lot of errors, some mistakes, a lot of them, which I think on our previous episode with DJ Spo, he did mention, Jorge, it's a learning journey. And one thing about us, when we learn, we overcome and we succeed. So I must commend you on that, Jorge. You did really help us a lot. And thank you for that. And well done on that because
Thank
we're
you
still
very
going to go
much,
far.
Yeah.
So for someone who's sitting at home, maybe wants to study civil engineer, what would you say for them before we go?
You need to have a passion for it because you need to have a passion for numbers. You need to have a patience basically as well because you can sit with a problem for a few days that you cannot solve. Uti, how am I going to support this slab? How am I going to support this foundation? Like on the Robinpark site, there's dolomite, right? So you can't
need
just...
to think, because
Yeah.
I always tell people, Uti, as we are putting pipes, they didn't just put pipes. You had to think, okay, the types of the material because
needs to be used.
Yes.
The quality.
So then it comes down, like it's like with the builder, né, is you asked me about experience. So a builder builds 4 or 5 houses, same type of house. They decide, you know what, I can have my own company. I will have my own company. He buys a buck, he puts a wheelbarrow in the back of his bucky. I'm a contractor. He knows how to build a single story. You give him a double story, he gets stuck.
My God.
Because he doesn't have enough experience to now build 2 floors, right? They used to walls, roof, that's it. Then it comes down to like, okay, what do I need to do? I don't know that I need to call an engineer for a slab. I don't know that I need different foundations for a double story than a single story, you know? So that's where a lot of things are going wrong. Why you see houses cracking, why houses are falling, because I blame the builders, actually. I also blame the owners for their negligence of not doing your homework.
I think it's the area. You know,
Yeah.
like in the rural areas,
Yeah.
there's no rezoning processes.
Nothing. They
There's
just
none of
build
that.
and do what they need to do.
I can only 50,000. Ke aga 2 room. For me, that's fine. It's shelter.
done, yeah.
But when you come to the townships, that's where
Yeah.
the real job is.
Right,
So you would say a builder from that side coming this side, they'll face problems, ne?
He might be good at building, but understanding of the building, right? Because I meet builders every other day. I also say to them, all right, cool, use this process better than this process that you're doing. So then they also end up learning. Oh, I get to site, I'm like, why did you do it like this? Then he explains to me, he's like, I wanted to be an engineer back in the day, but I didn't have the money to study. I didn't have the resources. I didn't have anything. So I learned from him as well. I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is something I can implement in my line of work as well. So then it's like, I learn from them, they learn from me. Happy marriage after
thank
that.
you, Mr. AV
All right.
from Civils. Do you want to maybe share your contacts? How does people get in touch with you if they need your services? Because I'm tired of hearing people saying, I've built 50 rooms, but the municipality is only recognizing that RDP house. I recognize anything else. And now you want to sell that house, the bank, it's no, this is 150,000. You've already spent 2 million. How do people get in touch with you?
All right. So cell phone number is 061 0088 649. Cell phone number. Then my WhatsApp number is 073 106 5208. Or you can send me an email on mmconceptdevelopment@gmail.com. Yeah. So
Website?
stuff's not, no.
Social
As I was saying,
media?
I don't like being in front, like even being in,
just
the,
wanna
in the
work.
spotlight right now.
You just wanna design.
I just wanna
and
do the
solve
work
this
done
sewer
and,
pipe, this what. Thank you, Mr. Evi.
Thank you.
Make sure you subscribe at Ekasi Property Talk Show, brought to you by Ekasi Noble Properties. Remember, I told you we are talking property. Developments, land, that is our language. So, Mr. Evi, thank you for your time.
Thank you
Thank you for having me, guys.